Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resumes. The resume we have up first is a Java full stack engineer. I did a meet or yeet of this and I could not find basically anything to move them forward with. I found like 2 or 3 things. And they have been looking for about a year and they've sent over 500 applications, which is a lot. Actually, wait, over a year, that actually may not be enough. Now that I'm tracking that mentally, that's not as much. You probably actually need more than that. But they've only had a couple of interviews, so it also shows to me if they've only had a couple of interviews out of 500 applications, their resume is the problem. That's how you can tell if your resume is good or not, is how many applications per interviews does it get on average. If you are getting 1 interview per 50 applications, it is like a C-, right? Like it barely passes, but it does pass. So ideally, you want to make your ratio less than 1 in 50, but at least you know you're on the right track. But if anything's over 1 in 50 ratio, not good. That means your resume is a problem. So they said most of the interviews, they didn't hire anyone or they go with a better candidate, but they suspect it's because they have way more experience. Can't get your foot in the industry. Well, I will say first off, getting your foot in the industry is the hardest part. That is absolutely the hardest part. Even in a good economy, which we are not in, getting your foot in the door is always going to be the hardest part of any job search. But there were a lot of flaws with this resume. So what I'm looking for specifically in a Java full stack developer is probably going to be one of 2 things. And the problem is it going to be more full stack with a little bit of Java, or is it going to be a lot of back end Java with a little bit of the front end, right? Like, so it depends on what they're looking for. But for the equal one, what we're looking for is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, API, RESTful APIs, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, and Java, Spring, Spring Boot, and I should probably add Maven to that as well. I think Maven as well. And then bonus points for architecture, extra language, and Git. So that's what we're going to be looking for. And I could not find it in this resume. That was a bit of the problem. So the big issue with this is partly the formatting. Your formatting needs to look like this and like this, okay? This is peak formatting. I swear it is what the kids call... I don't know what the kids call it. They probably don't care about resumes, which makes sense because they're kids. It's a good format. You need to use it. So the problem here is this I can't use. This can be safely deleted. This should be 1 line, and this part is fine. So, but yeah, it should be 1 line. Then we go to here, work experience with United States Marine Corps. This is actually good. So even though this is not directly related to it, it shows that you can do this for 3 years, but you need the months. You do need the months. But what you should do for this is shrink it down to about a sentence or 2. Is just say like a radio operator in the Marine Corps Reserve, where I led a team of 5 through training sections, and probably like just that, just so they know that yes, this is not directly related, but it does show that you do it. And then you also want to combine these because they should look like this. All right, it should be italicized and on 1 line. Then we get down to your actual software experience. So, developed and refined refined truck tracking apps, enhancing real-time logistics, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's the problem here is you don't tell me what you've done. Again, you cannot do this. This does not count. If you have stuff off in the corner, it does not count. You cannot have it off in the corner. It has to be in the bullet points, because this is actually some of the stuff I'd be looking for. But a bit of a problem with this is you say you're a Java backend. I only see Java here. And you say it here, but you don't tell me how you used it. And there it is. There it goes. This is a problem. I have to go all the way down here to see the first part of Java. And I only see RESTful APIs. So this does mean that I don't see anything I need until I get all the way down to here. And RESTful APIs, while good, is not enough. I need this stuff. All right? I need this stuff. Although I don't know if I need PHP. PHP is more for like pure front end stuff. They may not actually care about it too much, but it's okay to leave in. But I need this stuff, right? And you don't have it. Like if you're doing full stack, I need TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. I need it. I need it. And I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Then we go down to here, which is the actual stuff, which is Java, good, and Spring, good. But that's it. Then RESTful APIs, also good. I don't need test-driven development. I don't know what this means, and I don't need it. I don't need JUnit or Moctio. I might need Maven. I don't know what JDBC is. I don't need this, but I do need Git. So your problem is both a formatting issue and that you don't really show your qualifications. So remember, what I need is here, I want to see develop the full stack app using JavaScript, TypeScript, HTML, CSS, and Java. And then the next sentence should be worked on RESTful API integrations along with Spring Boot and React.js SQL, right? I know that doesn't make sense. You're going to have to make it make sense. That's what I want to see. That is why you're having issues is you bury it here, which I can't use, and you don't tell me the basic stuff I need. Remember, resumes are basic qualification documents. If at any point you try to show how great you are, you will fail. It's just unfortunately the case. So please, for the love of all that is holy, make it basic, make it simple, make it look like this, and add these things. These are what they're going to be looking for. For full stack, this is what they're looking for. Everything else is relatively redundant. So keep it focused, keep it tight. That sounds really weird in context to a resume, but it's very true. Keep it focused, keep it on that stuff. And again, you can add this, but only make it a single sentence, just so they know that you've done it and they would like that. And then we can go to the actual full stack stuff. But you don't tell me how you used it. And if you don't tell me how you use it and the reason or result of using it, it just doesn't count. So that's all I can do for this one. Before we go to the next resume, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out. If you comment, I will try to answer it. And if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, where I help people like with interview prep and all that good stuff that I can't really do in a YouTube video. So that's my pitch. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of I have no idea. They just stated software engineer. They also did not tell me a ratio and gave me no information. So I have nothing on this resume. All right, so I'm going to just, if I can figure out what stack it is and use the best of my tech recruiting knowledge to figure out if they have the qualifications, it's good. Otherwise, it's not. So let's find out. Can I find it in 20 seconds? Also, they completely dox themselves up at the top, so I cannot scroll past this. And go. All right, bachelor's, fine. This doesn't matter. Okay, AI, could be good. API, React and Tailwind, which is, I guess, full stack or front end. Back end, Node.js. I mean, you don't tell me enough. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I don't have enough to move you forward with this. I don't know what you are. I don't know if this is an AI role that you're going for. I don't know if this is a back end role. I don't know if this is a full stack role. I can't tell with the front end either. I mean, this is kind of full stacky, but you also don't. I'm also missing like JavaScript or TypeScript or Python. So yeah, I don't know what this is. I mean, this is going to be probably a very quick one. It's just like, I don't know what that is. So, and again, I only got down to like here on this because of all the stuff. Looks like down here you have some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript certs, which is fine, but I need them in the projects too. Like, unless you don't have it, but like, I don't know what you're going for. This is a problem of there's no focus, and a resume needs to be focused. So yeah, I don't, wait, you're not graduating till June. Are you looking for internships? I have no idea what you're looking for. This is a very short review. This video is probably going to be very short because of this. I don't know what to do with this. It's just too vague. Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know what this is, and I can't give you advice because you did not tell me enough information. All I know is that you're a software engineer, but your resume doesn't tell me what kind you are. I'm assuming full stack, but I don't see enough for full stack. Maybe AI engineer, but I don't see enough for AI engineer. Maybe front end, but then you have stuff for the back end too. So I don't know what this is. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of an embedded software engineer. I don't know their ratio because I'm a little confused by it, but it sounds like they're not really going to start looking until maybe spring of next year. And embedded software engineers are a pretty good market right now. Like, if you're an embedded software engineer, probably don't even need my help. If you just state you're an embedded and you tell me like 2 of these things, they'll probably move you forward. That's how good of a market it is. So what I am looking for is your degree, C, C++, C Sharp, any of that, Python, RT, OS, Git, microcontrollers, microprocessors, embedded operating systems, Agile, ISO, Doors, ARM, Linux, hardware interfaces and protocols, SPII, I2C, UART, TC, PIP, and a bonus for security clearance, cross-functional, full stack. They do have the security clearance, and this person did not dox himself, but they did say something inappropriate in the very top part, so I can't show it. But they didn't dox themselves. So let's see if I can find it, and if it even matters. Let's go. All right. There we go. Backend operating. I found it. Degree, C++ scripting, automation, programming units. Okay. This is hard to read, but I want to be clear. I would probably have 40 seconds to look at this or more. Okay, PowerShell operating. Is that something I'm looking for? I'm not finding exactly what I need, but it's very close. IMU is something. Again, if they just see, oh, there's GPS tracking. Okay, yeah. I would have more time to view this. So I don't see it. Could I move forward at this? This person who worked at Yo Mama's and David Jones Locker? I don't know. I might. Again, this is a bit of a specific thing, and they would probably like it if you, like, they found C++, C Sharp, and they see the degree for embedded programming. They'd probably just move forward with you. So would I like to see some more of these? Yes, but I think a bigger issue with this is the formatting. You should definitely make it look like this. Because I actually missed this part, and this is the stuff that they definitely would want as well. Yeah, requirements gathering they did like. So yeah, again, kind of a short review, but this is a pretty hot market, and that is how long recruiters have to look at your resume, is based on your market. If you're a software engineer, 10 seconds to 15. If you're a nurse, 2 minutes. If you're a PLC engineer, higher level, probably a minute and a half. So I like some of this stuff. I just think it needs to be written a little clearer. So fix the formatting, make it closer to the actual qualifications. Even though it may not matter once you graduate. Again, the market is pretty hot, but we don't know what the market's going to look like in the future. So, in fact, in the future, when you graduate, these may be different too. So I don't even want you to use these as like a guiding light, because I have to change them every couple of months. But you should write this for sure to a layman. If you write it to a layman, you have a better shot at getting a job. Let's go to the next resume. This is the best formatting I can do with this resume. They sent it to me in a very weird format, and they completely doxed themselves. So, I understand this looks awkward on y'all's end, but this is the best I can do. I'm sorry. Please stop doxing yourself. Please, when you send it to me, you don't need to send your email or your phone number. This is public. This is not a real role. This is just for training purposes, for you, to help you get a job and ahead. Please stop doxing yourself. So this person said they're not from a traditional CS background, and the only thing they said is software engineer, and that they're not getting any interviews. It's over 150. So I don't even know what I'm looking for here, but if I can find out what you are, it's probably the best. Okay, full stack. So full stack, there we go. At least I can use this as a guiding light. In the United States, again, other countries have different ways of recruiting, and the qualifications may be different. So I'm assuming this is full stack. Let's assume full stack. Can I find what I need in 20 seconds? Let's go. Probably not, because nobody has enough. So let a team of 4. Okay, Tailwind is good, React is good, Node is good, maybe MongoDB, AWS, CI/CD I almost missed. Same thing, and SQL is 6. And that's it. That's all I found. So yeah, I only found 6 things. So again, this is a problem with this resume if you're going for full stack roles, which I assume, considering these are both full stack, is where is your JavaScript, your HTML, and your CSS? Yes, I'm aware Tailwind CSS, but it doesn't count. I'm sorry. If they're not looking for Tailwind, they're typically looking for CSS and HTML. I know how ridiculous that sounds, because one can imply the other, but you still need to put it. So this is okay, right? Like, led the development of a team of 4. That's fine. in an agile environment using X and Y. I think that's okay. The problem is you didn't really have the stuff up here. Would I like MongoDB? Maybe. Would I care about Express? No. Would I care about Tailwind? Probably not. Would I want Node? Yes, but you didn't put Node.js. So I want your first one to say, led the full stack development, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, TypeScript, and 4 other engineers in an agile environment using React and Node.js as well, right? That serves 1,000 active users. That has everything I need. Then here, there's nothing I need. I mean, like, again, you need to put the qualification for here. I almost missed CI/CD because of your formatting. Your formatting bolding was so strong here that I almost missed the stuff I'm actually looking for, which is CI/CD. AWS is good, although truthfully, I think you should even wrap that in. Like, your first sentence should say, led a team of 4 in an agile environment where we used TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and AWS to do X and Y. EC2 may be useful, but again, the rest of this I don't think it is. And then there's nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here until we get to here, which is okay to repeat. Again, it's okay to repeat your qualifications in separate jobs. That's good. You don't want to repeat it in the same one. But I don't know if I need this. I do need the AWS, and Redis is okay. So if you're noticing, is I only found about 40% of this and I missed the rest of it. So you need to be clearer in what you've done, and you need a better format. Please, you need a better format. This is hard to read formatting, and especially because it's not even in like, it's like a phone format or something. Most recruiters don't look at resumes on phone. We sit at a desk. We're at a desk like this, and we use a desktop. Some of them may do phones, like if they're waiting on a candidate or something, but most of us use a desktop. So that's all I can do for this one, is that you just don't show enough of the qualifications, and it's very meandering and not written for a non-technical person. Again, and there's a bunch of fluff. So fix that, fix the formatting, and you should have a much better chance at getting a job. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a business analyst. So what we're going to be looking for in a business analyst is quite a lot. SQL, Tableau, Power BI, and your industry. I think this one is specifically e-commerce and retail, and there will be a couple of qualifications there that I just am not aware of, unfortunately. Again, I cannot be in every single industry, so there may be a couple of retail or e-commerce specific ones. But we're also going to be looking for Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Outlook, Excel, Word, Jira, SAP. I am aware Jira and SAP are not part of Microsoft Office, but they are needed. I want to see that you've done requirement gathering and documentation. I want to see cross-functional from IC to stakeholders and managers, basically from the lowest on the company to the highest. Can you talk to them? Can you tell them stuff? Can you explain complex topics to non-technical people? Basically, they're going to ask you, hey, Bobbery, what, I don't know why I'm calling everybody Bobbery, I just like that name. So Bob, you're our business analyst. What does it mean when this number goes up and this number goes down? And you're going to have to explain it to them. And then you meet multiple deadlines concurrently, and that you have Agile, Scrum, and Waterfall. So let's see if I can't find those in 20 seconds. And go. All right. Python, again, could be depending on the industry. SQL is good. Again, AWS depending on the industry. Tableau, good. KPIs for business stakeholders, maybe faster making that one's pretty good. Excel, good. Power BI, good. Solid. Kind of the workshop technical tips. Coordinator stakeholder. Okay, so I actually found a couple of the things I need. Would I give this a second look? Yes. Would all recruiters have that time? No. I think what we have here is a bit of a, not just formatting. Again, it's not a major formatting issue. There shouldn't be a line under here. These are a little too dense. I think these are a little too dense that they may not fully get all the way through. So when I found this, I found SQL, I found Power BI, I found Excel, which is good. I found complex topics. So I need a little bit more. So what I would like this to be is an overarching thing of what you do. So I think this is it. Analyze sales and market data using good. SQL is what I'm looking for. The problem is there other stuff that I'm looking for? And try to predict customer demand across 30 stores for better inventory and resource planning. Also, this part is okay, but we can fit in more here, right? Like analyze sales and market data using SQL, and then we can just put these three to identify a product customer demands across 30 stores while meeting meeting deadlines or that kind of stuff. So you can say analyzed multiple sales and marketing data, or this is kind of hard. Like this is when we get to the part of actually fixing it, and it's a little tough. So analyzed sales and marketing data using X and Y, where I used that to identify multiple simultaneous customer demands across 30 stores, and meet all deadlines, right? We want to add that there, that you've done that you've done a lot of stuff. Then developed 10 plus, you can just say developed multiple. Again, I don't think the 10 matters as much here. So developed Tableau dashboards, which is good. And here's where you want to just start, for our business stakeholders, enabling faster decision making, which is fine, and easier for them to understand, right? Like this is where we can fit in a little bit more than that. Then utilized Excel, perfect. Power BI, awesome. From statistical analysis, forecasting. Again, we can have more stuff here, right? To perform statistical analysis and for our X and Y from all companies, from all sides of the company. Manage 4+ multiple projects using MS Office. This is signed, led by workshop manager. This one's great. This one should probably be higher up. So again, I don't think this is a bad resume. I just think it's a little dense. And instead of 6 bullet points, since you've only been there for 6 months or so, 7 months or so, you can probably get away with only having 5 or 4 bullet points. And that way it's real crunched in, but it has everything they need, and it shows a lot of it. So again, that's my little issue with this, is I found most of what I needed, but I don't know, it's very dense and they may not all get the chance. So that's all I can do for this video. Thank you all for watching and subscribing. Subscribe if you haven't. And leave me any questions if you have them. I'd be sure to answer them in the comments a couple of days after. Usually it takes me some time. And if you ever need more help, stop by my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, where I do this live. And I'm actually helping this person directly fix these, so I'm going to help them with making better sentences. But that doesn't make for a good YouTube video, so it's only on the live stream. And I'll see you all in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.